Let us proceed to begin with our summit discussions. I would like to request Honorable Chairman of Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission, Professor Shibli Rubayatul Islam, to come up the stage and deliver your wise and kind words and present the overview of Bangladesh and its capital market to the audience.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. On behalf of Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission and all of us from Bangladesh, we gladly welcome all the guests here, and I'll not take too long to name the honorable guests and others. At first, I would like to pay my thanks to the Honorable Minister for leading the team from the front and helping us organizing this wonderful function at Switzerland, especially in Zurich at this moment. And we have in our team our government representatives, business delegation, and others. And we welcome you today, and we hope after this session, in the question and answer session, we'll be able to answer to all the questions that you have about Bangladesh, to know more about Bangladesh. And if you have any other queries about doing business in Bangladesh, we'll be happy to respond to any queries that you have. Not giving a speech, I would like to make a small presentation with some information which might help you to think about Bangladesh, to be our partner, to be our trading partner, to be an investor in Bangladesh, or to do any business with Bangladesh. The reason is, now I start my presentation. Bangladesh, I have made the title From Ashes to Success. We started in 1971, and you know our great leader, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He started leading the country from his almost when he was a young student. And from 1947 and onwards, all the historical events that happened in our area, our subcontinent, in our country, that was his contribution somehow involved. We have struggled through a lot of historical issues, language movement, six-point movement, mass uprising, and then in 1971, we went for the liberation war. And after a lot of struggle, Bangladesh got liberated, and independently, after hundreds of thousands of years, we started working for our own. And we are really grateful to someone from Europe, like Andre Malraux, Simon Ring, Mark Tully, then William S. Howard, George Harrison of Beatles, everyone, they contributed in getting Bangladesh liberated and helping Bangladesh to be an independent country. We have a very strong diplomatic tie and a bilateral trade that is increasing day by day with Switzerland. And thanks to the Honorable Excellency, and I see here our ex-ambassador to Bangladesh is also here, who also worked hard in developing our trade and business with Switzerland. We have about 850 million bilateral trade at this moment, but we know there's still a lot of room to develop and many things to do together. We have almost 100 Swiss companies in Bangladesh, and few of you, just to inform a little bit about Bangladesh, is we are a country of 140 square kilometer, just 1.2 times to New York, a highly dense country with high density of population. Our GDP is 355 billion, and it's growing at the rate of 5 to 8%. Just because of Corona, it's low, but it was more than 6% all through during the last one decade. Our GDP and GNI per capita is also increasing, and our population is 168 million at this moment, and this is our 1,265 population per square kilometer living in Bangladesh. During these 50 years of Bangladesh, we have walked through a lot of struggle, but you can see through the curves that how Bangladesh has improved during this decade. You can see, if we see the comparison between Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Cambodia on GDP, the orange curve is Bangladesh, and you can see the curve and you can see the slope, how it's improving. You can see the GDP growth here, that how Bangladesh is doing, and it is almost 5.20 in an average if you compare with the other countries around us. The inflation rate remained almost stable and it's going down, and if we compare with other countries, this is the actual scenario. And external debt to nominal GDP, Bangladesh holds the minimum debt, external debt, at this point of time. And you can see from here that we are not that much of debt dependent, and we are now more self-reliant. And the indicators that I'm going to show you now shows how strong the financial market is. The current account, if you see the current account, that export and remittance is now more than import, and that is helping our reserve to grow. And that's how gradually our reserve today is about 48 billion US dollar, and is growing regularly. Our current account and export-import graphs are here. You can see the changes that is happening. Just little bit of corona that has a little bit of impact last year, but it has come up again. The meteoric rise of Bangladesh, that we are shifting to the next phase now. And people like Swiss people, other different organizations in Switzerland and other countries, they're saying a lot of things about Bangladesh, and they find a lot of potential that Bangladesh has in the next 2 decades to do. And that's how we have a vision that by 2041, we want to be a developed country. If we see a little bit of socio-economic indicators, where Switzerland and Swiss government is also beside us, our life expectancy at birth has better performed during the last decade, and we are doing better than our neighbors. Our mortality rate, infant mortality rate, is much lower than others. Our literacy rate is growing up very fast. Our female labor force participation is now one of the highest around Bangladesh. And everything happened just because of a leader. She has led us in such a way that Bangladesh during last 1 decade has improved that much, which Bangladesh could not do during last 40 years. And that's why she got all global recognition of leadership, champion of the earth, champion in child immunization, global recognition of development, and leader makes the difference. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina. Bangladesh has a demographic advantage that we always say. If you see here that male and female ratio is almost same, but we have between 20 to 54 years, 51.4% of our population. That is the age who works. And because of that, we have a skilled, semi-skilled, educated labor force available at this moment who can be very productive. Our political stability during last decade, and because of extra care in annual development program, you can see here what was in 12 years before, in 2008 and 2009, and what is today. Our concentration on health and education is huge now. We are giving a lot of emphasis on agriculture and rural development, especially energy solution and communication infrastructure. And others are getting also important. But these are the major areas where our Ministry of Finance is giving maximum emphasis. The country has improved its international ranking. This is what Fitch, Moody's, and Standard & Poor's is saying about Bangladesh. And this situation is improving day by day. Our middle and affluent class is coming up, and this is one of the reasons that we are having a bigger local consumer market. We are having a new market that is our own, having almost 170 million people. So that means we have a growing local market, and we are ready to cope up with the rest of the world, having competition with the rest of the world, providing the best possible product in right quality and price, and that is how our export is growing day by day. Digitalization is one of our very important agenda, because we know the fourth industrial revolution is there, and Bangladesh has to be there. In 1980s, when the Korean community brought the RMG, ready-made garment business, to Bangladesh, from then on, we saw a lot of development, and that's how Bangladesh is now the second largest garment exporter in the world, just after China. But now we know that fourth industrial revolution is knocking at the door, and we have to do more on high-tech engineering and business of such nature. So that's why digitalization, IT, and this type of business is our priority at this moment. But due to Corona, we were a little bit, our activities were disrupted, but we showed, our leader, Honorable Prime Minister, showed a great leadership where she balanced between life and livelihood. So this balance helped the economy to stay at least near to the normal. And that's how our GDP growth is still, during Corona, is about 5% plus. And if you see the electricity, gas, and fuel consumption, pre-Corona and post-Corona, you will see that the economy is coping up with the new normal situation. And we are trying to combating against COVID-19 pandemic, and we are with all the international vaccination program involved, and Bangladesh is heavily vaccinating its population. One of our pharmaceutical company, Incepta, has engaged with an agreement, and so the Chinese, one of the Chinese Sinopharm will be having joint manufacturing program in Bangladesh, producing vaccines in Bangladesh. Infrastructure, as I was saying, is a priority at this moment, and that's why a lot of huge, big, mega billion-dollar projects are underway. So this is just an example how Bangladesh is proceeding very fast to have a world-class infrastructure in Bangladesh. And here, Switzerland can be our partner too, because we know you are one of the best in public transport, communication, and infrastructure, and on energy solution. Our next growth drivers, why we're here, is to invite you for trade, business, and investment. BIDA is Bangladesh Investment Development Authority. They are providing one-stop service, providing all the land, energy, and other facilities, quick engagement of all the local facilities, and this is how the investors are getting benefited. So this authority, if contacted, will help you in any investment-related concern that you have. I will not talk about BEBSA because Major General Nazrul, who is the chairman, is with us. He will be presenting in front of you, saying what BEBSA is doing in Bangladesh, and this is absolutely an export processing zone, mainly for international investors. We are also doing well in pharmaceutical sector, because why I'm saying this is because this part of the world is doing good pharmaceutical business in Bangladesh also. Roche and other Swiss companies are already there. And Bangladesh, a country which was importing 98% of its pharmaceutical demand, is now exporting 99% of our production from Bangladesh. The recent developments has also attracted international merger and acquisition. And international big investment banks and big companies are now getting merged with Bangladesh and merged with the financial institution and business institutions in Bangladesh. And these are just a few of those, and we have plenty more. As we say that we are more to the new 4G technology, IT, computer-related business, and mechatronics, robotics, and electronics, and we want to engage ourselves more on the next phase of our development, that is electronics and high-tech industries. So we have companies like Mitsubishi, who are keen to come to Bangladesh for production. We have already PHP Group agreement with Malaysian Proton Group to make cars in Bangladesh. Hyundai will be producing cars from next year in Bangladesh. And our BEPSA will be the chairman talking about, so I skipped this slide. And these are all the top NGOs, non-government organizations, who are working in Bangladesh. NGOs played a very good role from our liberation war onwards, and they helped Bangladesh socially and economically develop. As such, BRAC is world's #1 NGO at this point of time, and we have 2,600 NGOs are now working in Bangladesh who are contributing in socio-economic development, and now they have expanded their business to other parts of the world. BRAC is now working in Africa, and they were also in Afghanistan and other countries, helping them in their socio-economic development with their experience from Bangladesh. We have also Swiss Contact, and they are also helping Bangladesh from long in developing our socio-economic standard. And we also have ASHA and other NGOs who are doing wonderful work. Bangladesh never that much was exposed, showing the world what they have in relation to tourism industry. We have the longest beach in the world, an unbroken beach in the world. We have the largest mangrove forest, Sundarban. And because of our rich history and culture and heritage, we have a lot of historical sites in Bangladesh. And now the government has started developing those, so we'll be attracting all of you to see the wonderful tourism areas and what we have in Bangladesh. So when you will be in Bangladesh, we'll show you a lot of things unexplored, untouched, and nature still not with artificial flavor. The startups are also doing well. The young population that we have, they have a lot of innovative ideas. They're coming up with so many innovative ideas that they need a little bit of nursing. And international and local banks and merchant banks and investors, angel investors, they are coming up. They're trying to help those young people with innovative idea. And so a lot of new startups are now coming up. And that is also helping our young population getting engaged, employment generation, and these new ideas are also helping the economy to move faster. Capital market of Bangladesh is at this moment 20% of our GDP size. And we have not that much of foreign debt, but international engagement is there, and international investment is coming and is growing day by day. Foreign debt capital market footprint, if you see that we have, this is our investment from Europe at this moment in terms of size, but it's growing every day. And we are here to invite you to take the best possible return of the world and to invest in Bangladesh in retail or wholesale business. Between last 30 years, this is our, you can see the curve of the Dhaka Stock Exchange Index, and it is improving and growing. And also, if you see the market performance, the capitalization rate, this has crossed $68 billion recently, and it was only in the 40s 1.5 years back. So huge growth during last 1.5 years, and is growing at a very higher pace. We are doing well at this moment because of the regulatory reforms, and we are giving the highest importance in governance, and that is giving us a result. And in case of investment, we'll try to give you the best possible governance available around the world. And that's why in the frontiers market where we are, the Asian Frontier Capital, they have judged that Bangladesh is giving at this moment 21.3% return on investment, which is highest at this moment in Asia. So if you invest in our capital market, you'll get the highest return at this moment available around. Thank you. And we are ready to catch up with real economic growth. Our MCAP index to the 200, you can see here that we are doing well, and our companies where international investors are investing, are also doing very good. And you can see their P index and their return on investment, everything you can see from the information. The key reasons why you will choose Bangladesh is because we have a shock-absorbing capability against global volatility. We see many things are happening around the world, political, geopolitical, war, so many things. But Bangladesh has its own shock-absorbing capability. External situation could do little in having our economy in a volatile situation. So we say that we have a shock-absorbing capability. Our foreign exchange rate is very stable, which I showed earlier, and no pre-approval to repatriate investments from Bangladesh. You can take as much money as you want through your NITA account to Bangladesh, and you can bring back your money with profit without any approval from Bangladesh through the same account in any convertible currency through which you are investing to Bangladesh. So the things been made very simple for international investors. And also, we have a very faster economic growth. That means we have huge trust in the local and external. So a big market for the products that we manufacture in Bangladesh, especially because of the quality and price that we offer. These are the 5 reasons why Bangladesh is flying high. Favorable socio-economic condition, ripe for a takeoff, huge potential, financial sector to outpace aggregate economic growth, remarkable progress in last 50 years, especially last 12 years, and capital market revival, which is underway, which will be financing long-term projects, and availability of educated and trained human force. Human capital at this moment is not that much available around the world. Some countries, they have technology, some countries, they have investment money, but they don't have right quality population to work for. We have that. So why we are here? We have a trained, educated labor force. We have a very business-friendly government. We have a favorable environment where the Bangladeshi government is here to invite you, where we want to be with you, and we want you to come to Bangladesh, and we want you to come with your technology, your research and development things, what you have invented. And if you come with all those and make a partnership with Bangladesh, that will definitely be a win-win situation for both the parties. You can take most out of the business, that means the profit, the highest return, as I said earlier, and we can also employ our young, educated labor force, and Bangladesh and you, having a duty-free GSP facilities at this moment, even can help you to import products from Bangladesh to Switzerland, and manufacturing in Switzerland and manufacturing in Bangladesh due to no duty structure in Switzerland will help your import also. So altogether, we are here just to inform you that let's engage your business, networking, trade with Bangladesh, invest in Bangladesh, and that will be good for everyone. So the rise of the Bengal tiger has started, and we want you to be a part of it.